Hey everybody! Welcome to Garage Talk, where the distancing is always social. I am your host, David, and we are discussing the next film in the Scene in Eugene film called Planet Eugene. Directed and written by the amazingly talented Rex Moody.
Hello, I'm Rex Moody.
That was the most sensual demasking I've ever seen in my life, Rex.
You got to top that one, Jake.
One of the lead actors of the show, Jake Beckwith, is playing Dad.
Hi, I'm Dad.
That was good too.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's no topping Rex, man.
No, I mean, but still. Yeah. Of the three of us so far, I'm on the bottom. Okay. With us this evening, the other lead of the show is Cory Briar as playing Bo.
Hi, Cory. I play Bo.
Oh man, that's a money shot there.
That's my son.
That's a Farrah Fawcett slow-mo demasking. Oh gosh, I need to step up my game next time. I was not expecting this kind of demasking power coming at me. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening and talking about your film. I have watched it several times, and I really, really enjoyed it. I was really impressed with kind of the performances and the story and sort of the overall tone and feel of the film. So maybe we can start things off with Rex talking a little bit sort of about what inspired you for the film.
Well, Rick Gates had this project, and he was looking for scripts to do short comedies about Eugene Central, and Pod Shop seemed pretty frickin'. Well, actually, we had a brainstorming session where we each came up with brainstorms, and we each picked one, and so that's the one that I picked.
Cool.
And then and I wrote it, and it happened.
Cool. That's a wonderfully succinct version of that.
Thank you.
Sure. Did you go through a lot of drafts of it as you were writing it, or was it kind of it just came out?
It just came out.
Just came out.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
And did you have the cast in mind as you were working on it?
No, not at all.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't believe that, but okay.
Okay.
Cory's calling you out right now. So you just kind of wrote it and then kind of developed the cast as you kind of
Well,
went along?
after I did write it, after it was written,
Mm-hmm.
and I read it, because whenever I write something, it looks like it feels like someone else wrote it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So I read it, and I was like, I know a couple dudes that would be perfect for these parts if they're willing. And
Yeah.
I knew they weren't actors per se, but and they're musicians and have no problem making fools of themselves. So perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, did that make you nervous? Do you typically tend to work with folks who are not actors, or was that something new for you?
I don't even consider myself an actor, so I just like to involve. I'm a very active member of No Shame Eugene, a local theater company, and it's been around forever. And so I love working with people who have never acted or done anything, and they bring out what they got. You know, if you get rid of that, it's no shame. So if you get rid of the shame, I think anybody can act, basically. That's
Very
mine.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, so Jake, you're a musician. What do you play?
Primarily the fiddle.
Fiddle? Awesome.
Yeah.
So did you, when Rex came to you with the idea of acting in a film, you didn't have acting experience prior, or?
It had been a long time. I did a lot of acting when I was younger, about up through high school.
Cool. So did that make you nervous?
Not really.
No.
I generally am not nervous about things.
Well,
You know.
right, like you're on stage playing the fiddle. There's a lot of people watching you and right? There's like a big difference between that and like, oh, I screwed up, I got to do it again. Right?
He doesn't care.
Yeah. that's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't give a shit about anything really.
So then did you like work really hard to memorize your lines, or did you kind of show up and just sort of improv, or what was that like?
So I did work really hard to memorize my lines,
Uh-huh.
and I did an awful job at memorizing my lines. But yeah, I I just kind of went in there and did it. And these guys were really good about if I missed a line or something, just let's try it again.
Awesome.
You know.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, so Cory, you're not, do you consider yourself an actor as well?
Not at all.
No. And what instrument do you play?
I play, my main is a mandolin, but I play guitar, a little bit of banjo. That's kind of an insult to banjo players, but...
Mandolin has roughly 1,000 strings on them. Is that correct?
It varies depending on the mandolin.
Okay.
Sometimes I wake up and mine has grown another.
Yeah, another string.
No, there's 8 strings on a mandolin, but they're paired up like a 12-string guitar. So you have 2 G strings, 2 D strings, 2 A strings, 2 E strings, and you play them like they're a single string.
Got it. So they're just showing off at this point.
Yeah. It's, you can imagine, I mean, it's already so tiny and sounds like skeletons copulating on a tin roof, I've heard.
Wow.
It's like just having a single string there wouldn't give you a lot of resonance.
Right. Okay. So how did you handle the idea of coming in?
Skeleton.
I don't even know how to move.
all
from
it's
that.
actually-
So if it's a single string instrument, that's a skeleton masturbating?
That checks out. That is.
Right.
No, that 100% checks out.
Okay.
This is the creative genius we are working with.
Yep. It's my muse.
So Cory, Rex calls you and says, I got a film I'm making. I want you to play the proprietor of a pot shop who has different career aspirations. We will not say because this is coming out before the film, so we don't want to spoil anything.
Right, yeah.
Different career aspirations.
It's in the teaser.
Well, he didn't say that, does he?
Huh?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he says I want it.
No, it doesn't. It's not
About,
in the teaser.
Put that mask back on, Rex.
So did you immediately go, yeah, this is awesome, let's do this? Or was it sort of...
Well, like I said, I'd never really acted before in my life. The one exception being I wrote music for an adaptation of Midsummer Night's Dream.
That's cool.
And I didn't have any lines, but they just made me walk around on stage following people and playing music at them.
Cool.
But other than that, no. So I felt like I had to warn him first time. He came. It was at a jam session, and Rex came out. It was at the Sam Bond's Bluegrass Jam, and he came up and was like, "Cory, you want to be in this film that I'm writing?" I'm like, "What?" I was kind of taken aback. He was like, "No, just let me just send you the script. Just try it, and we can rehearse it and see how you're feeling." And it worked out.
Cool. Was there any nerves for you kind of when you got on set for the first time?
Yeah. Never having acted before, but I have these recurring nightmares of like being on stage in a play and not having my lines, even though I've never been in a play where I have lines. So I practiced the hell out of those. But yeah, no, I was a little bit nervous, and then I realized, okay, I realized it's much more low pressure than even a live music show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can always call cut.
Yeah, exactly. Which we did a lot.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you're gonna continue doing acting, or was this sort of like this was a neat experience?
Well, I'm an econ student at Oregon, so I guess if that falls through,
Right, you got
I
that
can fall
as a
back on
backup.
act.
Yeah.
or you can work in a pot shop.
I can work in a pot
There you
shop.
go. Now, Dick, was that something that kind of got you reinterested in acting then? Because if you'd done it, when you were younger.
I mean, I've always kind of been interested in it. The opportunity hasn't been there for a long time.
Yeah.
So I, ran into Rex, and it was kind of similar with what happened with Cory. We were at Oakshire and doing our jam at Oakshire, and Rex handed me this script and said, "Hey, read this over and tell me what you think of it." And I just started reading it aloud, and he goes, "Hey, you want to be in my movie?"
Awesome.
So,
Cool. So Rex, as you kind of were getting ready to kind of film it and move forward on the process, I mean, did you have kind of like a location in mind to start with, or did you have to kind of think about that and scout that out?
Well,
and go through couple different processes?
Rick and I scouted, reached out to many people. We knew we needed a pot shop,
Yeah.
and we wanted to, a real pot shop in Eugene, and so. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, we were pretty open. It just had to have the same, some kind of lighting and shape kind of thing, so.
And then I think, Rick, or some of you guys filmed that primarily at night.
Mm-hmm.
So was that have you done a lot of night shoots before? Was that kind of an unusual experience? Anybody at all?
Well, it was later. How late was it, Rick? I mean, it was
After 9.
after 9. It was after 9. I usually go to bed and have my warm milk by then. But,
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
did.
so it was kind of stressful.
It was the first
Yeah,
night
they-
shoot
yeah.
I've ever done.
They went about 9 to midnight, I think.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
were doing.
yeah.
I always find it weird when I'm on a set because the film takes place during the day, early in the day, I think. Right, you guys are just
Right.
opening, so it looks probably like 10 or so in the morning, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a lighting expert
Me
by any
neither.
stretch, but it looks earlier in the day. So that always messes with me when I'm on a film set and I walk outside and it's daylight in the set, and then you walk outside and it's nighttime. Was that a weird experience for you guys?
Not so much.
No.
I mean,
The thing is, like, in the moment there, I mean, Rick and Rex did a really good job of framing the shots
did.
to make it look like it was actually daylight outside. But
Yep.
when we were in the pot shop, I didn't feel like it was daytime at all.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the wonders of cinematography.
yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we fooled you.
You did great. No, it was perfect. I would not have known that it was not. In the
That's
middle
all
of the
Rick's
day.
doing.
I didn't realize it was supposed to be during the day until just now.
You know what? I'm not
You
sure
know
if
what?
I did either,
Neither
actually.
did I. I thought we were shooting a night shoot. Paul.
Wait, did I watch the wrong movie? Are there two Planet Eugenes? So obviously the title is Planet Eugene. Where did that come from, Rex? Was that like you always knew that the pot that was going to take them to Shangri-La was Planet Eugene? Or
No,
where did that come from?
as I was writing the script, I came up with other goofy names for, kind of making fun of the pot naming stuff,
Yeah.
and then since the whole thing was about Eugene, I was like, you're going to Planet Eugene, so that was the name of the strain of the pot. It came pretty straightforward. Yeah. Yeah.
I like it a lot. Now, are all three of you guys from Eugene? Are you guys transplants?
Yep.
I've been here
Yep.
about 15 years at this point.
Okay. Where did you come from?
Oh, so many places.
So many places.
Yeah.
Got it.
Last place I was, Alaska.
Okay.
Originally from Idaho.
Wow. So Planet Eugene, as described in the film, how does that compare to your experience here? I know you've been here a minute, but
It pretty much nailed it, yeah. So but before I moved up to Alaska, I had lived here for about 5 years, and
okay.
this is kind of the only place I ever really wanted to come back to. It's the only place that's ever really felt like home. So it, kind of pretty much echoed the
The sentiment.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Typecasting.
That's right. Cory, how about yourself? Where are you
Well,
from?
I'm almost 15, actually. No. I'm actually originally from Montana, and then I grew up there for 18 years, and then I did 4 years up in Bellingham, Washington for
Okay.
undergrad, and now I'm here for grad school. So I've been here, this is just now about my third year.
Okay. And pretty much describes your experience here.
Yes, yeah. I didn't actually like Eugene that much when I first moved here.
Really?
And I've learned to like it a lot more. Actually like getting involved with people through music and
Yeah.
getting involved with the jam sessions around town.
Cool. No, that's
yeah.
awesome. When they first legalized marijuana in Eugene, there was a blue cloud over the city every night when I would drive through it. So the line about it, a shop on every corner was not inaccurate.
Even because doing 4 years in Bellingham, Washington, so I was up there and pot was legal.
Oh yeah.
And there's something unique about the pot situation in Eugene. Washington, Bellingham's a hippie liberal kind of place, but there are not nearly as many pot stores per capita as there are here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were talking about tax dollars raised, and Oregon, more than quadrupled the highest amount from Denver or Washington. It's insane. So you guys are all musicians, and you guys play music together. So there's a sort of central theme that runs through the film musically, and it kind of comes in different ways, and then at the end there's this beautiful little trio that plays. It's lovely. Was that something that was written for the film? And if so, was that something you all collaborated on, or how'd that work?
What song was that?
It was Red Haired Boy.
Red Haired Boy, that's what it was.
Red Haired Boy.
So
No,
old traditional.
Yeah, they're musicians, so I had to. Definitely. Well, I wanted the Eve.
King
how do you-
Lehman.
King
Lehman.
Lehman.
Yeah.
Mom.
Mom. Yeah,
I hope I
Buzz
pronounced
Mom.
it. Anyway,
Oh, you're gonna get us
I
in
wanted
trouble.
to hear her flute throughout it, and and because there's a line in it that's significant, and then and then they're all musicians. So
Yeah,
so
and Eve's
Rick and
also
I
been
discussed
playing
it, and we
with us at the
that
jams
scene we
forever.
developed together. Yeah.
It was, I think it was literally. I think the decision making process was like, "You guys know this song? No. Okay, what about this? No. Okay, Red Hair Boy. Okay,
Yeah,
we all know
yeah.
that. Good.
Okay. It
That was
fits,
it.
it fits beautifully in the piece. I
You would have no idea how hard it was to get that simple recording.
Oh, man. That was the hardest part of the movie. Was the recording.
It was, yeah.
Getting the music recorded or getting the trio at the
You
end?
know, this is a music recorded. It
Okay.
was just like, yeah.
Was that done live, or did you do it like a studio, or?
No, upstairs in my bedroom.
Oh!
We did it a couple other
That was
places.
the third or fourth
There was a
time
couple
we did it,
fails.
was
I mean,
upstairs
it's just,
in your
you know,
bedroom.
sometimes shit hits the fan, it just doesn't
Sure.
work, you know. So. yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
again.
So now, was the flute something? So was Eve always the choice to play mom because she was a flautist, and you wanted to have that as part of the script, or did that kind of evolve as you were working on it and figuring out who your cast was?
She was just another person I thought would be good to play the mom, and I thought she'd be, if she wanted to do it, yeah.
Cool.
So.
Now, if she hadn't, and you didn't have somebody who played flute, would you have changed that role around, or do you think that was just like
Probably have somebody play a different instrument.
different instrument?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. And it seems like music, like I said, the song in it is very kind of integral throughout the piece, and then at the end, and then the role the mother plays has this sort of kind of almost like wiser than your average person kind of mentality. So, how did that kind of come about? I guess was that character always that way, and you just sort of had her as this kind of observer, or kind of how does that work? I guess.
A script, like I said, the script was like, it just came out that way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so.
You write kind of intuitively.
Yeah.
That's kind of just how she comes across in real life too. Is just
Yeah.
kind of a real wise lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she can be,
She was really cool, man.
she has a great sense of humor, but she can be super serious too. So, I mean, she used that really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Jake, in the script, there's a line you have, or there's a line that's sort of about you. So there's a moment where they're talking about, Cory's character is talking about, well, he could try Planet Eugene, and the camera cuts to mom, and she sort of like, I almost gives this like, don't do it. Why do you think she's not wanting you to do Planet Eugene?
It seems like I'm already pretty far gone, man. You know, like,
Yeah. Very cool.
I think actually the line that complements it is that you may never come back. Like the stars may never come back,
Yeah.
right? Or it'll seem like yours, or it's.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Cory, do you have something? You seem
No,
like
I
you're-
was just laughing.
you're laughing. Cool.
I'm just. It's been a year and a half or a year since we recorded this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or shot this, and so like I'm remembering more and more what happened.
Yeah.
Well, what prompted that laugh? Give me something. that you remember.
Just sort of the interplay, I think, between the ideas of like my dad being stoned out of his mind and sort of the marijuana culture surrounding Eugene, but then also facts like the stars disappear for months at a time.
Months at a time. That's what it was.
Just
yeah.
I thought that was, when I was reading the script, I just thought that was killer.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, just remembering those lines.
Well, so what was your favorite part of making this film?
Oh boy. Honestly, it was, I think more so than shooting it, I think it was the rehearsing of it.
Okay.
We did a lot. Rex, I'm gonna stoke this man here.
Great.
I left the R out.
Thank you. We
We're
appreciate
gonna
that.
I mean, Rex was really great. So especially myself never having acted, and Jake never.
It'd been a long time.
It'd been a long time, and we never acted together. We played music together, but Rex was really good about. We met at his house for a couple of sessions and ran through the lines, and he was really good about. Okay, now try doing this and try doing this exercise, and I think we gained a lot of depth out of that. Like there was one where he had us just go totally over the top, jumping around in circles, falling on the ground, and then there was another one where we had to stare right into each other's eyes the entire time.
I didn't mind that one,
monotone.
Cory.
No. Well, I didn't. At the time, it was the first few seconds were awkward, and then we found this depth to the script that we hadn't found before.
Yeah.
And actually, I did imagine them reading the script differently.
Mm-hmm.
I expected them to be more like, I don't know, more over the top kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then they brought their personalities to it, so it's more sort of like, I don't know, the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
You know how they just have like the people just understated, just like they say these lines flat and dry.
Yep.
And I was like, and that was how these guys. I was like, just let it go that way, and it just. So they brought their, I just wanted them to do what they did. So.
Well, and I was really surprised when I found that that you guys didn't consider yourselves currently actors, because I thought everybody did a really, really lovely job.
Thanks.
Yeah, the performances were great. They were the timing on them was great. The performance, the sort of delivery and the sort of emotional intent behind things was great, and so I really liked it, because there's some kind of deep concepts in this film.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I thought you guys did great.
And honestly, Cory blew me away watching the video, man.
I mean, Jake did it. He acted.
Yeah.
That was the thing that he did.
I guess we all did.
You are. But no,
You
it's
did a
good.
good job, Dad.
You did too, son.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, son.
Planet Eugene, bringing families together.
It's funny now. Whenever we see each other, like Jake and I have been to a couple like socially distanced jams out in parks and whatnot. We walk up like, "Hey, Dad, how goes?"
Kind of confuses a couple people. So.
Right? Jake, what was your favorite part of the process?
You know, honestly, my favorite part was hanging out with these guys. Just, late at night in a pot shop.
That sounds like an amazing way to spend your time.
Yeah. I felt like the final product was just amazing, and it was because we had such a great dynamic. Because we were friends before, I think had a little something to do with it, I'm sure. But
Cool.
yeah.
Rex, what was your favorite part of the process?
I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with good friends and learning stuff with Rick, learning more about film and arguing with Rick about shots. I love that. And no, we had debates, but it was like Rick was like, I don't know about this shot, and I'm like, I really want the shot, and he's like, oh my God, that shot worked. And then I'd be like, oh, Rick, I know you want the shot, but it's like taking for fucking ever. And he's like, and then I saw it, and I'm like, oh, that really worked. That was a really cool shot. So I mean, the whole exchange with everybody was just working with friends. And
It was amazing how easy I'd never met Rick before we started shooting or started rehearsing. And it was amazing how everybody gelled so well on set.
Yeah. Yeah, Rick definitely made the process go a lot smoother than it might have.
Make sure you get that, Rick. You need to get that in footage there.
No.
Oh, that's good.
It would have been a lot smoother if Rick wasn't involved. However, it wouldn't have been as good.
Oh, come on. I was gonna say, can you imagine what a shit show this would have been if we tried to film it?
It's amazing how much a producer adds to the
Here I am with my iPhone.
Hey!
Film, cameraman, and actor. So you guys are musicians, and we just kind of were talking about how you guys like being together and being a part of the process. You guys are musicians. You play together. Would you guys do a song for us?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bring it up.
That'd be awesome. So what are you gonna play?
What do you want to play?
Fiddle from over there. Oh boy, I don't know. I'm a follower.
Anything but red-haired boy.
Yeah, anything but Red Hair Boy.
We could do.
It's got a little bit of heat on it.
Do we know Devil's Dream or? I'm just
I do
thinking
not
stuff
know
off the top of my head there.
What have we done at jams a lot? I don't know.
Do like Salt Creek or
Which one's Salt Creek?
Yeah, Salt Creek might be good. Or
I can try it. I think I know it well enough.
okay, I can lead it if you want.
what key is that?
A.
Is it okay if I stand over here with these guys?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
So you're gonna do Salt Creek for us.
Oh boy, I'm feeling that second beer. Okay.
So I'm in D then.
Yeah, you should be in.
Yeah, okay.
Well, so That's okay.
That was so good. Thank you guys so much. That was awesome.
All right, back to my hole.
Go back to your place. Yes.
Wow.
No, that was so great. That was
My
so cool. Thank
harmonic
you guys
still
so much.
works. I thought it died.
It seemed to work really well.
Yeah. Say, Rex, it doesn't sound like you haven't played in 6 months or whatever you said.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was I feel like we should just wrap it now because you can't top that. That's amazing. Nothing I can say will make anything anywhere near as cool as that.
So just tell everybody to watch the film. I get.
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah.
What's your job now?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Certainly not to look pretty. I can tell you that much.
Oh.
That's Cory's job.
Exactly.
That's true.
So okay, I do have one question that I plan on asking everybody who does one of the Scene in Eugene films that we get to interview here, which is, and maybe we can start with Rex. What was the most Eugene experience you had while making this film?
The most Eugene experience.
Eugene, oh boy.
I don't know. While Rick was setting stuff up, we sat in the parking lot drinking Paps, going over lines, just being cool, just chilling. Just I don't know. I mean, it was.
I think that's Eugene.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No. Nobody was uptight about it, which I mean, I don't know if it's all of Eugene, but it's parts of Eugene.
It's the parts of Eugene we want to be around, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in a head shop, right? I mean, come on.
Right.
Jake, how about yourself? What was
The most Eugene thing, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing Rex just said, was being in a pot shop after hours and walking out and drinking beer in the parking lot.
Yeah, that seems like that's quintessential Eugene, right?
Yeah, we're right next to, we're right across the parking lot from a real cheap hotel, one of those
Yeah.
by the
yeah.
hour
By the hour
places, you
place.
know.
We gotta love those.
Yeah.
Cory, how about yourself?
I same damn thing. Like, I will say there was a moment. I think Rex, you were inside shooting a scene with Eve, and Jake and I were out there, and we were just chatting and drinking, and he asked me about what research I was doing as part of my degree. And I was explaining to him this, and he's like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I was asking him about his job, and he's talking about working with sort of at risk. Feel free to jump in, but at risk
behavior
youth
kids
school
in the
system.
kindergarten and the first grades.
And trading stories just about what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
While,
That was one of my favorite moments of
that
this
was
whole
yeah
thing, for sure.
yeah. While just shy of shotgunning beers in the parking lot.
Yeah. There was about 3 or 4 that went down during that conversation, for sure.
No, I mean that's one of my
It's a class
my
act,
funnest
I
memories
tell
from
you.
this.
Yeah.
And very Eugene, just people
Well, that's what you
getting
get when you
together.
hire musicians to be actors.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's about it for our time tonight. Thank you guys all so much for not
Thank
only
you,
coming
man.
and chatting with us, but also the amazing performance. It was lovely. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for doing
No,
this.
this was a
tonight.
blast, man.
Absolutely.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Any comes out on?
So, Rick
Rex.
is over here. Rex, when does the movie come out?
I hear rumor that the premiere is coming out October 15th.
That's right. Thank you guys all for coming today and spending some time with us and talking about your project and your process. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys out there for watching. We really appreciate it. And thanks Pabst Blue Ribbon for being the unofficial sponsor of this evening's interviews. Not at all sponsored by them. We supplied the Pabst, but thank you for the liquid courage it brought this evening. If you guys are interested in learning more about the Scene in Eugene projects, make sure you are subscribed down below. And I would recommend click the bell, which is here or there. I don't remember where, but click the bell because you're going to want to know when Planet Eugene comes out on October 15th. And if you are subscribed and you click the bell, you'll get a notification that it's out and you can watch this amazing film. And if you are a filmmaker and have a film that you want to talk about on our show, leave a comment down below and let us know and we'll reach out to you. We are interested in films of all kinds and we want to talk to filmmakers. So let us know what you got going on down below. And I think at that we'll leave it for the day. Thank you guys so much for joining us and have a great time. Bye.